We're into half guard retention. So this is still paired through the legs, but this is half guard now. So I think how I brainstormed, we'll break this down. We'll see how it goes as we start filming. But I think how we're going to break it down is we'll do flat half guard and knee shield together. And then butterfly half guard recovery. And then go back to basically how to deal with different counters your opponent going to throw your way while you're trying to escape, like going to 3/4 mount or doing like different types of passes like standing to knee cut or standing to force headquarters or top pummeling, long step, smashing your legs together, so on and so forth. All right. Oh, in the reverse half guard. So I think that's how we'll do it. So it'll probably be around 3 videos to do half guard retention.
Wow.
Which is
sounds about
yeah.
right.
But anyway.
Sounds about right.
So the first half guard that we're going to go over is if Mike's on his back and the top person that's trying to pass your guard you have one of their legs between your legs and you're trapping my leg. And the person on top is on both knees. And they're chest to chest here with the underhook and cross face. And their inside or their outside knee is up and in tight to your body here like this. So this would be the half guard that we're going to go over first in this video. So basically we'll go over different ways to deal with this position. And then we'll get into when they drop their hip into this type of half guard where their like hip is dropped. And then we'll go into the next video. After that will be like different ways that they're going to pass and how to counter them. All right. I could feel
it was right on. I was right on. I was like, he's going to squish me right now.
All right. So when we're in the bottom of half guard, we're going to assume that he's won everything here. So he's got all the inside space here. His knee is nice and tight. His chest is my chest, and both of his arms are inside of my limbs. All right. So this is basically worst case scenario in the bottom of half guard here. So if we're in this position, anytime we're getting pinned, we're usually trying to fight for the inside position back, all right? So we're going to build our frames back depending on what he gives us the easiest, all right? So right now with Mike's control, probably the easiest way for me to recover my guard is to build my frame starting in the hip because I feel like there's a little bit of space here, all right? If it's hard to get my arm inside the hip, I'll bring my head away a little bit to drop my elbow inside. And then I'll frame the hip here. When I frame with my arm, I'm framing just above my elbow, right? With my arm almost straight, right? I don't frame with my wrist because that's like the end of my lever here, making it a lot more weight on my arm. If I push with the tip of my elbow, like just above it, it's less strenuous on my arm, and it's a nice structure for me to put into his hip here. All right. Now that I have the elbow frame in place, I want to try and build my next frame. So my next frame is going to be with this arm. So I've won one piece inside position back. Now I want to win this one back. So I'm going to look at the time and then bring my arm under Mike's neck here and grab the top of his shoulder. So now grabbing the top of his shoulder, when he puts weight down on this arm, his own shoulder is holding my wrist up instead of like my tricep extension, all right? So now we've won 2 pieces of inside position now. So now that I'm blocking his hip and I'm blocking his upper body, so that relieves some of the pressure on my chest, I'm going to place my outside foot on the ground. My inside foot is laced over top of Mike's leg so that Mike, if he was to try and like windshield wiper his leg over my leg, like he can't because it's like trapped, right? If I was just free floating here like this, he could windshield wiper over or literally just step out of my guard to side control. So this leg is holding him in place here, right? My foot, my pinky toe is touching the floor so that Mike can't bring his calf under and then over top. No, keep your knee on the ground and then just bring your calf, yeah, here, like that, right? So with my toe on the ground, his calf can't go all the way underneath my foot now, which means he can't windshield wiper out of here, right? Now my outside foot, place my foot on the ground, and now I'll shrimp, moving my hips away. Notice I still have his leg hooked with my leg, and now that I've made space, I'll push Mike's knee open and slide my knee in. All right? Now that I have my knee in, I've now got the inside position with my knee as well. All right? So the only inside position Mike has left really is this cross face. But since I have this knee in place, this is a really strong position for me to be able to extend my head away and open up this space. Where now that I extend my head away, place my foot on the ground, and I can shrimp my butt out. And then I can free my leg back to closed guard. So again, we're here. And this stuff can happen in whatever order, right? So maybe Mike's really tight with this, like maybe he has like my arm shelved with his leg. So like, yeah, here where it's hard for me to get my elbow into the hip first, maybe I'll get this one in first, all right? And I didn't talk about this actually. The reason I'm looking at the time instead of doing this is if I do it like this where I swing my arm over his head, he could pin my wrist with his forehead, then he can switch to Americana. I mean, you let go of my head first. You go to Americana, now you can start attacking my arm, all right? If I look at the time first, he doesn't get the option as easily to attack my arm, all right? And now from here, I've got this one in. He's still shelving my inside arm. Now I can use this to kind of make space and get my elbow inside, all right? Now that I've got my elbow inside, I'll shrimp again, push the knee open, and now the knee is open, I'll slide my knee up, all right? Now from here, if I need to, I'll bring my arm all the way to the inside here on his shoulder, all right? So now even if Mike is squeezing me with his crossface, I'll be using like my two arms and my deadlift to extend him away and shrimp my butt out to the side where now it's easy for me to free my leg. All right? Yep. So that's if we're able to just win the inside position, no issues, and tic-tac-toe, we're out of the position, all right? What's going to happen is you're not going to be able to just win these inside positions back with just reaching your arms or bringing your arms in. You're going to need to use bridging and off balances to be able to get them back sometimes against people that are good. So if we're here in this position in half guard, and I just feel like, oh, my nuts.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
There we go. We're in this position, like Mike's really tight here. It might be hard for me just to move and get my arms inside, all right? So since Mike is super tight, that means it's going to be easier to off balance him, all right? The other idea is bridging, which is like our strongest movement in our bodies pretty much. We're going to be able to use that to move the wedges and then get our inside position back. So we'll start with the off balance. So right now, Mike is really tight to me. All right, let me use it against him. So I'm going to overhook his underhook here. And I'm going to step both of my feet outside of Mike's knee. And this hand, if I can, I'll bring it into his hip. If I can't, I'll just like Superman. Right? And now I'll just plant my feet and bridge to this side. All right? Here. And now Mike gets swept over if he doesn't let go. All right? What's going to happen is Mike's gonna fight for dear life to let go with either his arms or his knee to post on the mat so that he doesn't get rolled over. And when he does, that's when we'll get the inside position back. Let's turn this way so they can see the knee being trapped and the arm being trapped. So we're here. Mike's got all the inside position. We're going to use what's called the twist sweep or the John Wayne sweep. I'm going to place both my feet outside of Mike's knee so that he can't open that knee very easily. This arm, I'm going to hug his arm so he can't post his arm out very easily. And now from here, I'm going to tip my knees to the side here. And as I do, I'm going to bridge and reach. So this time Mike posted, so that means I can get my neck frame inside. Now that I have my neck frame inside, I can build my elbow frame inside now. Now I have the elbow frame in, I'll shrimp, push the knee open. I mean, you can come a little heavier than that. Here, shrimp again. And now I'm back to close guard.
So we're just showing this skip, that's why I let it go.
So this time, Mike actually posted, which is what's going to happen a lot of the time. But you'll be surprised how many people you'll sweep with this.
Do you want to do the sweep?
Yeah, we'll show the sweep again.
Okay.
So I catch people with this sweep all the time because when they're pinning me in half guard, they have their knee on the floor. That's not how I suggest passing half guard, but because of this reason. But you'll catch people with this pretty often. So we're here. So the actual sweep again. If Mike doesn't post, I plant my feet outside of his knee. This arm's trapping his arm, so he can't post his arm, and he can't post his knee. And I turn my knees, bridge, and I reach, and now I'm on top here in half guard. If they let go, either they somehow manage to find a way to open their knee that I'm trapping with both my feet, or if they post their hand, that's when we're going to get the inside position back, which is what we were trying to do in the first place. So we're here. All right. So I go for the sweep. He posted his hand. So now immediately I get my arm inside of his neck, which is one of the frames that we were trying to get in the first place. All right. Now when we come back to our back, I'm going to get my elbow to the inside of his hip. All right. Move my hips out. Push his knee open. Slide my knee through. I mean, if he's a noob and he has his leg back, I'll be able to just take my leg out. But most of the time, he's going to be trapping my leg in place here like this, yeah. So now I'm going to have to shrimp again, all right? So I move my butt out this way, towards this side. I'm trying to pull it out, all right? And now I can trap him in close guard. So that's using like off balance. So the twist sweep. This time we're going to use bridging to be able to get our frames back in. So we're here. And this time I feel like maybe Mike's weight's not so far over me this way. Maybe he's sitting more back and away from me because he knows the twist sweep might happen. All right. If I still can't get my frames inside, I don't feel, or maybe I can just get one frame in and I need the assistance to try and get this one in, I'm going to use a bridge. So Mike can be really heavy if his head is across my body. But if Mike's head is on the same side of his body to mine, it's hard for him to get heavy on me. So I'm going to do that to him by using my bicep, and I'm going to Superman bridge like I'm Superman. And it brings his head to the same side. Now I can get my elbow in. I can Superman bridge in again, bring my frame inside of his neck, and now we're on our side, where now I have lots of space. I can get my knee shield in even. Come chest to chest, yeah. Elbow escape to get my knee free. Now I'm going to shrimp again and go to close guard. All right? So using the bridge, I can sometimes move their head to the other side, which makes them lighter, and it relieves space for me to get my arms back to the inside. So one last time, we're here. And here, bridge, bring my arm in. My shoulder's gonna stay, sorry. And my hand goes back here. Now I have all my frames in. If I can stay on my side, I will. Now I'll stay here and I'll move my butt away as I keep my arms in place. Right? And then now from here, I can get a knee shield in, which we'll go over next, or I'll elbow escape to get back to close guard. All right? Lastly, the knee shield. So this is the most powerful tool we have to keep his upper body away from us. So from here, if I feel like I can't get either one of my arms in, another option I have is to move my hips away and insert my knee. Just the tip of my knee. I don't want my whole knee inside because you can collapse that. But if I just get my kneecap in here, hold on to me, Mike. Feel that?
Yeah.
Mike can be holding on with basically his entire body here. But as long as I have this kneecap in place, even if I don't use my arms, I can usually extend my head away from Mike here because of my kneecap being inside of his hip bone. So he can't follow me as I'm going away because his hips are trapped in place with my knee shield. So he holds on here. Without me using my arms, I can extend away, and now that his grips are broken, I can bring my arms to the inside. All right? Now from here, what I would prefer, bring my knee to my chest, open it up, and now bring my elbow inside my knee, and now we have a high knee shield. Where this is what I was talking about before, where now Mike can't bring his weight onto my upper body because I have a knee shield now. All right? So we can use it as a first frame, or we can use it after we build our arm frame. So like if we're here and I manage to get my arms inside here and I shrimp, if there's ever a point where I feel like I can get my knee inside here first, now I can get a knee shield in, which now can aid me in escaping this position, right? Because now he can no longer crush me. It's easier now for me to use this as an off balance to remove my leg, right? Even if he tries to crush me here as I'm trying to elbow escape, like he can grab my head, like he's not able to like close the distance because of my knee shield. All right. So I think that's pretty well everything from just like your basic, well, I say basic, we just spent like probably 20 minutes on talking about it, but like basic half guard, retaining your guard from half guard. Let's just talk about one last thing from that knee shield is when I get that knee shield in, when we're here, I can also use this, like if he's doing a good job, like staying heavy on me, I can use this knee shield to load him onto me as well and threaten off balances to make him sit back, right? To help me free my legs as well. So I can use that knee shield as an offensive tool to load him onto it and attack him as well as using it as a frame defensively to keep him away. Good. I don't think I missed anything. Is there anything that you can think of?
No, I mean, my go-to is a knee shield anyways in that position, so that's like, that's my...
Yeah, knee shield's a good one.
Yeah, there's a couple things in there that I haven't tried,
Yeah.
but the knee shield specifically is, I feel pretty safe when I have that locked in.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
When I have that separating me, I'm pretty confident with it.
All right, so the next video will be on how to use the butterfly half guard against somebody that drops their hip and raises their outside knee. So you're no longer going to be able to use like the twist sweep, and a lot of the elbow escaping is going to be next to impossible because of their hip position. So we're going to use the butterfly hook in that scenario to recover our guard.